The following sports presentation is brought to you by the PCTV Network, powered by TELUS Vision, your hometown station. We're home for you.
It's Earth's Little Heaven, the PCTV Network. PCTV Network, your hometown station. We're home for you. That's our slogan, but I dare adjust. And it's the truth, and it fits best. The PCTV Network, your number one source for local sports, with your favorite hosts, Bernie, Dave, Al, and Scott. The PCTV Network, we're home for you. It's more than a slogan, it's all true. Local programming, stream 24/7, the PCTV Network. It's Earth's Little Heaven, the PCTV Network. Check out channels 22, 28, and 98. Tune in, it's sure to be great. The PCTVnetwork.com, The PCTVnetwork.com, The PCTVnetwork.com, Make sure you support PCTV Network, PCTVnetwork.com, your hometown station.
From Pottstown High School, the PCTV Network proudly presents Pioneer Athletic Conference Wrestling. Tonight, the Pottstown Trojans host the Falcons of Pottsgrove. Hello, everyone. I'm Bernie Gallagher. Soon I'll be joined by wrestling coach Steve Ansbach. Welcome to the U.S. Piping pregame show, and welcome to the border battle. One thing is certain. When two school districts share a geographical border, the rivalry is fierce, especially in the sport of wrestling. And there are two outstanding coaches tonight for Pottsgrove. Their coach Jeff Madden, now in his 15th season. For Pottstown, Nick Wade in his 5th season. We'll have 13 weight classifications starting at 106 pounds, culminating with the big boys at 285. Each match will consist of 3 2-minute periods. 3 keys tonight. Number 1, hand-head wrist control. The initial contact when the match begins. Whoever has the dominant edge in gaining wrist control behind the head, maybe a pull-through, duck under, will score more points. You got to be good on your feet, no matter what level, district or states. You want to roll with the big boys. You better be good on your feet, and you better be taking people down. You want to be good on the mat. Keep that tight hip-to-hip relationship, which is conducive to pinning combinations, help put big points on the board for your team. We have 3 interesting weight classifications at 132 pounds. Pottsgrove sophomore Nathan Gillen comes in with a record of 8-8, a jiu-jitsu expert. He'll be taking on Malachi Jones, a Pottstown junior, also a 500 record, a star off the track and field team. At 160 pounds, we may or may not see football star Shane Caffrey. He had a record of 5-3, but Pottstown junior Devin Green comes in at 7-3, also an outstanding player off that football team. And then at 132, we may or may not see Landon Shivak, the number 1 field goal kicker in the league for the football team. He had a 4-1 record, but Pottstown will send Pottstown sophomore Tyrese Washington. He's undefeated and a member of the football and track and field team. Hey, there is excitement in the air. Fasten your seatbelts. It's time to rumble. We'll be right back.
There once was a haunted house. People said they had heard voices, but no one dared to go inside.
There's a place for wood in your backyard. We recommend the Fire Pit. For looks and performance that outlast a wooden deck, make sure your next deck is built with Trex, engineering what's next in outdoor living.
Your Trex expert is A.D. Moyer Lumber, admoyer.com.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is Chris, and many of you know us. And we'd like to welcome you to our new showroom here at 618 North Reading Avenue in Boyertown, where we offer Kohler faucets, Moen faucets as well, vanities, tubs, and many accessories.
Here we have an operating, high-efficiency, Energy Star rated American Standard furnace combined with a variable speed AC condenser. Let us install one today to start saving you money throughout the heating and cooling season.
Here at Patriot, we now offer kitchen and bath designs.
So come visit us today at 618 North Reading Avenue or visit our website at www.patriotnp.com.
Yakalak Construction, serving the Tri-County area since 1946. Family owned, free estimates, all types of concrete work, sidewalks, foundations, steps, curbs, and more. Professional service and quality. Give them a call, 610-323-8134.
This is the Mustang mentality. Grow.
Learn.
Succeed.
I am a Montco Mustang.
For more than 50 years, Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery has served its community with expert dental care, offering patients dental implants and a full menu of procedures for many types of dental problems, including bone grafting, wisdom teeth, impacted canines, facial trauma, jaw surgery, oral pathology, TMJ disorders, and sleep apnea. Get the smile you've always wanted. Contact Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery today.
At Superior Credit Union, we believe in growing stronger together. So we provide products and services to fit your financial needs and accommodate your busy lifestyle. With convenient services like home banking, e-deposits, account alerts, and a free coin counter for members. Come see why Superior Credit Union is growing. Visit any one of our 3 locations in Collegeville, Royersford, and our brand new location in Pottstown. Superior Credit Union.
At O'Donnell, Weiss & Mattei, our team approach makes all the difference.
Anyone entering a nursing home really should consult with an elder law attorney to see whether Medicaid is the appropriate option for them. It's really important to make sure that you have someone that's familiar with those rules, that works with those rules on a daily basis, that can guide you through the process. I specialize in elder law because I enjoy the clients that I work with, and I really like helping them find solutions for their problems.
OWM Law.
Your life, your business, your law firm.
Coming down in 3, 2.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Bernie Gallagher here with my partner, former coach Steve Ansbach. Gus Tellis, our producer, calling the shots. We will start at 172 pounds. And originally in the lineup for Pottsgrove was Landon Shivak. Due to protocols, he will not wrestle. That could be a forfeit at 172. Steve, Tyrese Washington, Pottstown at 172, an outstanding wrestler.
Yeah, actually, there's a double forfeit at 172 right now. Pottsgrove forfeited, so did Pottstown, so we're jumping right to 189.
All right, so that could mean that Washington would jump up. We'll have to wait and see. There are 3 periods. We'll have to listen in. That did sound like Tyrese Washington on the PA system.
It did, and we also have Jake Palladino.
Jake Palladino, son of the Norristown AD, correct?
That is correct.
All right, and he's only a freshman. He's out there rolling around with super soft Washington. Washington with a stunning upset down at Owen J. Roberts last week. He is long and lean.
He is. He did right away. Gets in there for the 2. Right back to their feet. He still has control.
He's almost got that cradle. Palladino's going to have his hands full. Washington is strong in the unusual position, creating that torque. Hank Coyne Sr., our referee, a long-standing referee.
Long-standing referee, football coach for a number of years, still coaching. I just talked to him before we got in here. Didn't realize he's down in Conestoga coaching right now.
Yeah, and his son set some passing records for Springford football.
Outstanding quarterback at Springford for a number of years. I was fortunate enough to be on staff when he was.
Washington in blue, a multi-dimensional athlete, also a member of the football team and the track and field team. Hard to believe, Steve, Washington, the success he's having, it's his first year of wrestling.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. I mean, wrestling's not a sport that many people can pick up in literally half of the season. I'm sure there was some off-season training that Coach Wade had along with the rest of his coaches, but that is pretty remarkable.
Palladino in maroon, also a three-sport star in football and lacrosse, his other two sports. He is hanging tough. This is grade 9 versus grade 10. They're both wrestling like seniors.
Shot there by Jake. Good defense by Washington. He's heavy on the sprawl. No control yet. Got 10 seconds left on the clock in this first period.
3 2-minute periods, as I mentioned. If they are tied after 3 periods, we go to overtime criteria. In a simple few sentences, describe the overtime criteria.
So the first overtime's 1 minute on their feet. First person to score, takedown wins. If it's no score after the first period, it goes into double overtime, which is essentially 2 periods of a ride out, and if there's no score, then it would go into ultimate ride out.
On the team scoring, you win a decision. You put 3 points on the team scoreboard. You get a victory of 8 to 14 points, and you'll put a 4 spot on the team scoreboard. 5 team points for a tech fall, where you gain an advantage of 15 points or more, and you pin your opponent, or a forfeit, and it is 6 points on the team scoreboard. There is a delay. They're taking a look at the scoreboard. Longtime assistant John Armato helping the referee.
I think what happened there, the clock wasn't set in the second period, so they just ran
Congratulations
some
to
time
Mr. Armato. He's having a street named after him in
that
Pottstown.
he is, Armato Way. Hey,
Wow.
well deserved. Well
Jeez.
deserved.
I got a shed in my backyard named after me. But congratulations to Marion and John. 50 years of coaching wrestling.
Tons of years of service. Remarkable guy that cares about one thing and one thing only, and that's the kids.
Boy, this is an evenly matched bout to open things. A lot of excitement here. The freshman in maroon, the sophomore in blue. The freshman's got 3 wins already this year. And Washington, again, a first-year guy, but he's got 8 wins in blue. Talk about that hand-grabbing, wrist-grabbing, head control while they're standing.
Absolutely. Control is very important. Inside control, so they don't have the advantage to get into your body, to get into your legs. Constant movement on your feet, side to side, to create angles for your shots, very important in this sport. Anytime your elbows are wide open or you're not in good position to defend the shot, it's never good for the...
We are at 189 pounds, even though Washington weighed in at 172. Now, you can weigh in at 72 and bump up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can bump up 1 weight class.
So he's bumping up 17 pounds. Palladino looks to have a little bit of a weight advantage, and man, this is a really exciting, close opening bout here. It's the border battle. Pottstown in blue at home against Pottsgrove in maroon. We've seen this match at Sunnybrook the last few years. Steve, the rivalry is fierce.
Absolutely. I know both teams look forward to this match. When I was coaching on the sidelines of Pottstown, it was always fun, and that border battle was great to go into Sunnybrook in a great atmosphere. But again, anytime these teams wrestle each other, it's fun. There's Palladino on a takedown.
Yep, 2 points on the takedown for Palladino. Just in time at the end of the second period. It is Palladino in maroon for Pottsgrove with a 4-2 advantage over one of Pottstown's most talented wrestlers, Tyrese Washington, with the shocking upset last week down at Owen J. Roberts.
Great win. It's remarkable to hear Washington in this sport for 1 season and having the success he is. That's a credit to him and the hard work he's putting in. I'm sure his coaches would say the same.
Individual scoring, if Washington were to escape here, he would get 1 point. You can get 2 for a reversal. You get 2 for the takedown that you saw Palladino do. And then you can also get some riding points if you get a near fall. But this is going to come down to the final 1 minute, 45 seconds. Pottsgrove, Palladino in maroon, holding a 4-2 advantage.
Palladino's here holding on, trying to get out of that reversal or the escape. He's got to keep pressure here on top as Washington continues to work to the side to try to get out, get one, or potentially get that escape. Jake Palladino gets back behind in control here, 1:17 on the clock here in the third period.
Coach Jeff Madden of Pottsgrove in his 14th season. They were the Frontier Division champion of 3 years ago. And there's a reversal to tie the score with a minute left. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
There's one escape for Pottsgrove, both on their feet.
An escape gives a single point. Now, Palladino in maroon has 47 seconds to ride it out. He's going to get called for stalling. You better watch it.
Yeah, right now, no wrestlers have been called for stalling.
He knows he just needs to stay away. Oh, my goodness.
Good
Washington in with a double leg, and he's down. A takedown to recapture the lead. Wow.
He also got 2 back points on the board, 22 seconds. Got a locked here, who's going to stop the period here with 18 seconds left on the clock.
18 seconds remain.
Should be
8-6 advantage for Washington in blue. A stunning match to open the night. What's the strategy here, Coach?
Right now, I think it's 8-6. He's got to move off the whistle.
You want to cut him loose maybe and win 8-7?
Well, I think he's going to hold him, try to ride him out here. He doesn't want to give him one and then a takedown with 17 seconds left. So he's going to do his best to be tough on top. With 13 seconds left, it looks like still no points.
Inside of 10 seconds. Oh, Palladino's got a leg. It's inside of 5 seconds. Can Washington hold on? 8-7 at the buzzer. Pottstown pulls it out. Tyrese Washington with a heart-thumping victory.
A great match to start this border battle. Both kids gave 6 minutes of wrestling, everything they could. They're exhausted right now. Credit to Washington and both Palladino for an all-out battle here to start the night at 189.
A stellar performance by both wrestlers. You're talking pulse rate of 180. I mean, just such a grueling, punishing sport. Let's listen in.
Pottstown gets awarded 3 points there for team points for that decision.
Again, with the PA system's not the strongest. I'm guessing it's Domino, right?
This is Dom Domino,
against
215.
Zaya Robinson or Booker. We're at 215, and Robinson was penciled in for Pottstown. They did bump up with the Washington situation.
Right now, Dom Domino on his feet looking for inside control. Tried to do a little drag there.
I'm going to double check with the bench, Steve. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Both wrestlers working the edge here. Dom staying heavy on the head. As well as Pottstown keeping that in-kind control. He doesn't want Dominic to get inside, any shots inside. Doing his best to defend him.
It's Nazir Booker has been bumped up for Pottstown. He is a sophomore, a football player, comes in with a 4-2 record. So Pottstown starting the night off with 2 of their best.
Dom Domino with the throw by to a reshot to get 2 here. 55 seconds left in the first period.
Dominic Domino, a junior, comes in with an impressive 15-3 record. Star player, first team all-division football player for that Pottsgrove team that made it to the district championship. 15 wins. We're only in early January.
Yeah. He's had some success in the Governor Mifflin tournament, the Pottstown tournament, and all the duels that we've wrestled in. He's been staying healthy all year, so he does have a fair amount of matches in, compared to some of the other wrestlers on our team.
We are in the 215-pound weight classification. Booker, who weighed in at 189, has been bumped up. Domino weighed in at 215. 2 football players. Just a few months ago, they were nose-to-nose on the gridiron.
Absolutely. That's quick turnaround from the sport of football into wrestling. Dom Domino got a 3-point near fall score, 5-1 here to end the first period.
So Pottsgrove down 3-0 on the team scoreboard, holds a 5-1 advantage as we enter into the second period, 3 2-minute periods. And again, Nick Wade, head coach at Pottstown, a Phoenixville grad and a Penn State University grad. Wade himself, a 3-sport star at Phoenixville, soccer, wrestling, and baseball.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to coach with Nick for a number of years, and then he became the head coach here for the Trojans. Been here for a number of years, does a great job throughout the season and the off season. Again, promoting the sport. I know in the summertime they're in the field house, sometimes sharing that space with either Pottsgrove or Owens, anybody that wants to get in there and work.
And correct me if I'm wrong, he's in the building as an alt-ed teacher.
He was. Currently, I think as of a couple weeks ago, he accepted another position.
Okay.
Outside of the school district.
A lot more exciting action coming up on the PCTV network in high definition. All 3 channels, 22, 28, 98. We're streaming on the internet as well at thepctvnetwork.com. We've got more basketball, more wrestling coming your way on the PCTV network, powered by TELUS Vision.
1:27 left here in the second period. Score is 6-1 Pottsgrove. Again, Pottsgrove working at inside control, working on the edge of the match.
Now, Steve, I said in the opening, you want to roll with the big boys. You better be good on your feet. You better be taking people down.
Well, absolutely. You got to be good on your feet. You got to score. You got to score points in this sport, and you got to be tough on top.
We're at the halfway point of the match, and Booker knows now with a differential down 5, he's going to need some takedowns, perhaps some riding points, or just the big points, the fall, the pin.
And Booker's doing a nice job, slowing the pace down a little bit, trying to keep control of Dom's hands, not letting him get into his offense.
Now it's early, Steve, but we've seen a lot of attempted shots, 1-leg, 2-leg takedown attempts, but we're seeing, and there's one takedown right there, we're seeing excellent sprawling by both teams.
Absolutely. Good defense by both wrestlers. There, Pottsgrove, Dom trying to get into some of his upper body series with a couple throws. Booker doing a great job to defend that, and Dom just dropped to a quick little double there on the edge.
Steve, now you also are the athletic director at Pottsgrove, and the COVID protocols, I just can't give enough credit to these athletes, the parents, the coaches, for everything, what the last 2 years have been like.
Absolutely. I use the term as it's been a roller coaster over the last 2 years, but when it comes down to athletics, everybody will do what it takes to be able to participate, and that's what we've seen over the last 2 years. And again, like you said, it's a credit, one, to our athletes, our parents, our coaches, and everybody involved. It's a team effort to be able to provide opportunities to compete.
Owen J. Roberts had double-digit wrestlers with COVID a few weeks ago, but now they're back and rolling again.
They're back. They follow their school district protocols, whatever their quarantine isolation procedures are, handle their close contacts. Once their protocol's over, they get them back in to working, and obviously back to competing.
And for the casual fan, if you've been out of town or perhaps stuck in a 2-year pandemic, our conference is about as good as it gets. Southeastern Pennsylvania can roll with anyone in the world. Boyertown, O&J, Springford, 3 of the top programs in the state. Springford making it all the way to the state championship 1 year ago.
Absolutely. Our conference, the Pioneer Athletic Conference, has some phenomenal wrestling.
Oh, there's a pin. And 1:38 left in the third. Domino puts big points on the board for Pottsgrove with the pin at 2:15, and that was quick.
Was quick. Got onto his offense. He's been working on turning them there. Was able to capitalize there and get 6 on the board for
Man, you look at the
Falcons.
body on Domino. He's got that farm boy strong look,
He does. He's playing football, wrestling, and when those seasons are over, he's also in the weight room Monday through Friday.
Now our lineup had Justin Snyder and Damon Palloway.
That is correct.
Okay, it is Snyder in blue and Palloway in maroon. Palloway, a senior. He's a sophomore, comes in with a 4-4 record. Also a 3-sport athlete, soccer and lacrosse. Snyder, a member of that football team, an outstanding academic performer, a member of DECA, and he is going to attend possibly Thaddeus Stevens School. So Snyder, a senior, one of the leaders on this Pottstown team.
Absolutely. Snyder also has a brother that wrestled for Pottstown. He's playing football at your Sinus currently.
That is correct. He's a good player. We're at 285. Call it heavyweight. I don't like that if you're 286 you can't roll. I think they need either super heavyweight or unlimited.
It's been 285 for a while is that limit, so I don't see any movement
There
up
was
in
a
the
couple.
PIAA.
I read a couple articles. Some guys, big football player, 315, 295, and they're not allowed to wrestle.
They have to cut down. Get there. They have to cut down to get there if they want to do it. Hey, same at the collegiate level.
And, of course, Penn State with the four-peat not that long ago. 4 straight national championship. Iowa won it all last year, but we are Penn State proud in Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. And we have a couple local guys that are at Penn State. We got Meredith. He's Springford wrestler. He's up there wrestling. I believe he just wrestled 141 this past weekend against Indiana. And then we have one of the Campbells from Boyertown that's also on the roster up in State College.
And I would be remiss without mentioning our state champion last year, Joey Milano from Springford, all the way to Hershey. First ever gold medal for Springford.
Absolutely. Very proud for that program. I know Coach Slislov, a big moment for him. He preaches team success, but to be able to Springford to get their first state first place medalist in school history is a good moment for them.
Yeah, the girls went to the state championship for basketball, and the boys made it all the way for wrestling.
Yeah, again, tough program, as you mentioned before. Our conference in wrestling is doing it very competitive. End of the first, 0-0.
This weekend, the weekend of January 14th, Pottsgrove will be competing in the prestigious Escape the Rock tournament.
They played that. That was last weekend. Pottsgrove was in the Rock Yard Duels. This weekend, they're off this weekend. Wrestle Friday against Lower Merion. The big thing coming up for every school in our conference, PAC Pioneer Athletic Conference Individual Championships, January 22nd.
Oh my, Pallaway. Pallaway looking to grab 2 points here.
He's on top, gets a little high there, trying to stay on top.
6-3 team advantage for Pottsgrove in maroon. Snyder fighting like heck. Gets the escape. Referee's time for a slight equipment problem. Quickly corrected. Boy, feisty escape there by Snyder.
Absolutely. Constantly keep moving, trying to get space so he can get out, and he's rewarded one here with 1:24 left in the second, excuse me.
Again, Pallaway, a 3-sport star for Pottsgrove. Snyder, big guy off the football team. It's a 285-pound weight classification. Coming to you in high def, our producer-director, Gus Tellis, making this happen, bringing it into your living room. Pottsgrove has never had a state champion at the individual level. Pottstown had Jeff Green, won a state title back in the 80s. And who was the kid that went to Penn? Joey Allen finished number 2 in the state.
Yeah, both schools had a lot of good wrestlers. I know the success that Pottstown had over the number of years. I remember being on staff and a couple of those guys coming in over the winter breaks to talk to some of our students at that time.
Pottstown had a 3-peat of the district championship. Maybe 15, 20 years ago, I believe it was. Common opponent is Owen J. Roberts. Pottsgrove and Pottstown both lost to Owen J. Roberts. No shame there, as they are one of the top teams in the state.
Both wrestlers here trying to set something up.
We saw a big boy roll for Pottsgrove not that long ago. Patrick Finn.
Absolutely.
Took a silver medal. He was a big, strong football player for Coach Rick Pennypacker, and he finished number 2 in Pennsylvania. Went on to have an outstanding football career at Bucknell.
Yeah, again, one of the greats from a wrestling standpoint to come through Pottsgrove. Right there, third period to start. Both wrestlers trying to score. Pottsgrove, Pallaway has to get one here to get a tie.
Third period, third and final. It's 1-0. Pottstown on top.
Got locked hands here, which 1 point's going to be awarded.
Now we're all tied at 1.
Pottsgrove again will be down still to restart this third period.
Steve, you're in tune with all these coaches. We have so many new coaches in the league, second or third year, at least 7, 8 coaches.
Yeah, I think across the board, I know sometimes you say coaches recycle themselves within District 1. Coach Ed Acton was at Norristown. Again, there's some great movement by both wrestlers underneath. Palloway trying to move and get out one. Snyder holding on there to keep control here in the third period.
One more point on the coaching. I see Chris Sheets, former state champion for Upper Perk, is now head coach at Pope John Paul.
Yeah, and he's been there for a couple of years.
Okay.
He's been there, I'm going to say, at least 4 years, maybe three or 4 years he's been there.
Another barn burner of a match at 285 pounds. 1 minute, 13 seconds remain in the third and final period. We're all tied at 1. Justin Snyder in blue, the senior, hanging tough with the super soft Palloway.
Keeping pressure on that head.
Man, that hurts just looking at it.
Trying to keep his body on the mat. Palloway here has to get to his base and get some space so he can.
Now you
try to
wrestled
get
at
out and get
Springford,
one.
correct?
Yes, I did.
Was Seiss Love your coach?
He was. Coach Nugent was my coach for
man.
For the first 4 years, and then Coach Seislov, once Nugent went into the administration world, Coach Seislov came in. His first year was my senior year.
Pat Nugent, of course, he captured at least 10 or 11 championships, and you can see with 27 seconds left, a point is awarded to Palloway in maroon. Pottsgrove with a 2-1 advantage, 27 seconds left in the match.
One of the things all coaches coach, and I know for a fact both coaches from Pottstown and Pottsgrove never relax on the edge. That's where a lot of points can be scored. And fortunately, Pottsgrove there was able to get a point there with
Palloway with 10 seconds left. Snyder knows it. He took a look at the clock. He's going to try a desperation takedown. 3 seconds. He's out of bounds. 1 second left. Oh my, an exciting match at 285. That'll do it. The winner by a final score of 4-1 at 285, Damon Palloway with a stellar performance, but a feisty response by Justin Snyder. Now we'll flip the script and go all the way down to 106, where we may have a forfeit. We'll have to wait and listen in.
Anthony Testa here from Pottsgrove checking in.
While we were waiting, I noticed over the weekend, doing some research, Springford also had a silver medal in states with Jack McGill.
Yeah, they had a lot of guys in states this year.
Amazing. As good as it gets, so at 106, we're going to wait it out here. It looks like it was a forfeit. The wrestlers were allowed to add 2 pounds on Christmas, so technically you'd be weighing in at 108. It is a forfeit at 106, so Pottstown will get the advantage there. That sets the team score now at Pottsgrove 15, Pottstown 9. Let's listen in. We're at 120, and we had Alexis Demeter in there with a W for the Trojans. This looks like Ethan Hammond in maroon for Pottsgrove and Phoenix Rose in blue for Pottstown.
That is correct. Here at 120, Ethan in here with a quick high crotch.
Hammond, a junior in maroon. Phoenix Rose, a sophomore, new to the sport of wrestling, but had recently got his first win.
Here he goes right to this bar series. Captures the wrists underneath. He's working for either a stack or a quick tilt.
We heard the 1-2 count. Explain to our fans what that is.
So in wrestling, you get 2 counts. 2 to 4 counts, you're awarded 2 back points. You have a 5 count, a 5 back count, you're awarded 3 points to your individual score.
So he's tilting. For sake of simple terminology, we used to call it a near fall. But you can get some points that way. Right now it is a 2-0 advantage for Hammond in maroon. Hammond, a junior. He's got that long, lean wrestling body.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spider-Man.
He used to be dropping down to a knee. And sometimes they like to close the space, so to speak, on offense if you can lower your level there so you're not as exposed.
Oh, there's a quick shot in there by Hammond. And 2 points on the takedown. Hammond now with a 4-1 advantage.
Phoenix Roasters working that whizzer. Tough, but Ethan was able to take control of that. Still in control here with a 6-1 lead.
Yeah, that tight hip-to-hip relationship I talked about in our opening. Going for the pin, the tilt. Trying to get the tilt. And the pin going all right at the buzzer. Rhodes was saved by the bell. What is the criteria for a pin?
It's a good question. I think it changes.
Both shoulder blades for how long?
Both shoulder blades should be down. I see quick pins and sometimes I see slow pins. So I think it's a little subjective for the official. Kind of like pass interference in football.
1/1000 for both shoulder blades?
I think a good second.
What?
Good second. If they're in control, a good second down with control.
Okay. We almost saw it there, but
yeah, 1/1000 count.
Rhodes was saved by the bell.
That was a good transition by Ethan here.
Now we're talking some big points here possibly. We're only in the second period. It's an 8-1 advantage. Steve, talk about the bonus points you can get by piling up the points.
Yeah, so right now, well,
there's a quick pin. Oh my goodness. Rhodes was seemingly out of it. Down 10-1. What happened, Steve?
Defensive pin. He got himself in position where his back, just like we were talking about, trying to work a pin where he put himself in a position where his shoulder blades were touching, and he pins himself here in a 120-pound match.
He was down 10-1 when that happened. Amazing.
Absolutely. Something I'm sure he'll go back to the tape and work on never doing again.
Wow, I'm writing that down as a turning point in the match. Suddenly we're tied at 15. This is a barn burner of a match so far.
Got Bryce Caffrey here from Pottsgrove.
And Jonah Grice will wrestle for Pottstown. Grice, a senior.
Right, sophomore.
Okay. Oh my, a near pin. Wow, right away. Caffrey, star off the football team, a two-sport star, lacrosse and football. He's going for the kill right away.
Right to the offense, jumps across the hips.
Wow.
Gets a pin here in 34 seconds in the first.
Caffrey decks him in 34 seconds to give his team a 21-15 advantage. What a great season he had in football, and it continues right on to the mat.
Absolutely. Just like you were talking about regarding points, 6 is bonus points, just like both teams got back-to-back there.
Now our lineup had Gillen in maroon.
That is correct.
And Pottstown has Malachi Jones, star off the track and field team. He's got 6 wins already at junior. Gillen, a sophomore, comes in with 8 wins already, and the jiu-jitsu expert.
Yeah, so I want to say he's fairly new to the sport of wrestling, but obviously being in jiu-jitsu for a while, that has clearly helped him.
Now, how familiar are you with jiu-jitsu?
Not at all. not at all.
Just don't get near Gillen and have him look at you the wrong way. You get a karate chop in the back of the neck. But it certainly is going to help his wrestling. He's got 8 wins already. We're at 132 pounds. Pottsgrove on top in the team score, 21-15. First period. Exciting match so far. Pottsgrove with a big win over the Holiday in the Holiday tournament over Chichester, 36-21.
Yeah. I mean, we're, again, still trying to get the lineup together. I know both teams constantly have those conversations with guys being in and out of the lineup, but absolutely a big win. Always good to wrestle one, to leave with a team win.
Jones has got a leg. He's holding on for dear life. But Gillen not giving way. Now he's going for both legs. All that weight on his head and neck.
Gillen trying to pick that near ankle.
Nicely done by Malachi Jones. 2-0, first period.
Malachi right under control, working that one-on-one.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this is a Frontier Division battle. There's no on-paper crossover with the large school Liberty Division.
There is no crossover. So what the conference does is they wrestle their dual meet their divisional season, 5 matches within their division. Each team's awarded 3 points per win. And then they take the individual championship, and where they fall in the individual championship, they're awarded points for where they follow, and then you combine them to determine the league champ.
I got a question for you. They weigh them in at 5:30. They start wrestling at 6:30. You as a coach, nutritionally, what did you advise your team to do once they were done weighing in?
Not to overeat. I mean, some of these guys are trying to cut down, so they're hungry and drink. Right thing we want to do right away is just get some water in them.
How about a protein smoothie?
If they have the opportunity to do that, that would be great. But sometimes I know these guys are getting the sandwiches out, the peanut butters and jellies.
I got a smoothie in my gym bag, man.
Coaches do a great job. Not giving them much.
We're weighing in after the match, just so you know. I'm weighing in at 215. What are you coming in at?
About 185.
I got the advantage on paper. I could probably last to the second period before you pinned me.
I don't know about that. You're in pretty good shape right now. Again, working that bar series. Has control of the wrists over top. As Malachi's working the edge, you get a restart. And he achieves that.
Out of bounds. It's 21-15. Pottsgrove on top. By team score, it is 2-0. Pottstown on top in the individual. Malachi Jones in blue, Nathan Gillen in maroon.
Quick movement off the whistle by Malachi. Nate's in control. Still officials giving him control.
Oh my, twisted like a pretzel with 58 seconds remaining in the second period.
Control still with Gillen.
That's gotta hurt.
Stalemate called by the official.
Okay. And they can also stop it for what? Potential injury?
Potentially dangerous. They can stop for a restart. Stalemates. Well, there's no action.
Steve, this could be the turning point of the match because Pottsgrove on deck has Trenton Allen, who comes into tonight's match with 15 wins. So Pottstown needs some points here.
Anytime you can put team points on the board is good. Again, Nate trying to work that bar.
Malachi Jones in blue up 2-0.
Gets off the hip there and he's trying to walk it over. Malachi's doing a good job in defense. Malachi with the escape. 16 seconds left here in the second period. Score 3-0.
Wow, this could be the turning point of the match. They will look back at night's end when it was 21-15 and Pottsgrove had a heavyweight on deck. And that's the end of the second period. Malachi Jones hanging tough at 132. He has a 3-0 advantage over Nathan Gillen as we head into the final period. Recently saw Pottstown have their Takedowns for Cancer fundraiser.
Yeah, with Owen J, it's something they've been doing for a number of years. Great event. Coach Wade, Coach DeRaffalo, something that they make sure gets on the schedule every year. Credit to both schools for doing it. Again, in another great event and a great way to promote the sport and obviously help to a great cause.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the Pottstown PAL, P-A-L program is a feeder for both of these high schools.
Well, we both have our own feeder programs.
Oh, okay.
But this year, due to numbers, I know both programs are helping each other out. And able to service each other, so to speak, in the room. So guys
Okay.
are Pottstown youth, they're wrestling Pottsgrove youth. So it's a good way to get them the opportunity to wrestle and promote the sport.
Well, a 3-1 advantage for Jones in blue. Trojans down 6 in the team score. They need 3 points at least here. That would make it a 21-18 team score.
Malachi here with the drag real quick. Nate was able to get away.
A lot of fans are awaiting the 145-pound weight class where we'll see state champion Mia Bumbarger for Pottstown. Oh, boy. Just like that. Gillen ties this baby up with 45 seconds left.
3-3. Here the coach is yelling for a restart. Pottsgrove gets a stalling call here. 38 left on the clock in the third period.
We could be looking at overtime. All tied at 3. 38 seconds remaining in the third and final period. What's the mindset here, Steve?
Well, I know Pottsgrove's doing their best to hold him down. Malachi's trying to move. All he needs is one.
If he escapes, he probably wins. 28 seconds.
Malachi on the bottom needs to move to get one. On top, he just got to keep pressing.
Oh, he's out of there. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, no. My goodness. 4 seconds left. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Gillen with a heart-thumping last-second victory. Jones had seemingly won the match, and out of nowhere, Gillen, how did he do it?
Took advantage of the last 15 seconds on the clock. In the sport of wrestling, every second counts. Again, both coaches would say that. That's something that John Armato always preaches to his kids, and so does Coach Madden. And there you go, 15 seconds on the clock, and stayed on the offense and was able to get 2 for the win.
Trenton Allen in maroon at 138, correct?
Absolutely, Trenton Allen,
And
138.
Jason Wizamerski for Pottstown, a freshman, outstanding baseball player. Allen, tremendous football player, comes into tonight's match with 15 victories. He finished 3rd in the Pottstown tournament, 3rd in the Mifflin tournament, a great football player, and he takes an early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Trenton plays defense for the Falcons, corner.
He was the play of the year. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
He had an interception, and he returned it, and they did the rugby thing. And they rugbyed the ball 15, 20 yards downfield. Al Ganoza and I voted it the most exciting play of the year, Trenton Allen.
Did not know that. I'll have to see that play.
I love that the lineman can push the pile now. 2-0. Pottsgrove wrestler Allen on top. First period and a quick pin. Allen with his 15 wins gets the deck. And that puts 6 more big points on the board for Pottsgrove. That was quick.
That was quick. Stacked him right away. Gets 6 and 49 seconds into the first period. Puts the Falcons up 30-15 here coming up on the 145-pound weight class.
Mia Bumbarger, state champion in girls wrestling 1 year ago at 145. Matt Bechtel, a senior for Pottsgrove.
Matt Bechtel, a senior, two-sport athlete, plays baseball, wrestles. He's also a student school board rep.
And I understand he has been accepted at University of Iowa, where he will major in sports medicine.
He will be a Hawkeye.
And he gets the quick pin. As expected, he was a heavy favorite, but Mia fought hard, and she will continue her attempts to repeat as state champion in girls wrestling. Good effort by her.
Absolutely, and you know, Mia and the rest of the females from Pottstown, they do a great job, you know, promoting the sport. You know, female wrestling's on the rise. It's a great thing to see within the state and within the country.
Dominic Sithens at 152 for Pottsgrove, it looks like, against Evan Smith in blue for Pottstown.
Yep, Don comes in, three-sport athlete, football, lacrosse player, he's a goalie.
Sithens, a junior. Smith, a freshman. Also a three-sport star. Plays football and track and field. At 152 pounds, we're in the first period. The team score is Pottsgrove 36, Pottstown 15. I'm here with Steve Ansbach, former wrestling coach, now the athletic director at Pottsgrove, giving us a good bias analysis here. What's the mindset here, Steve?
Well, again, being in a good stance, working on levels so you don't get exposed there. Pottstown's in a great shot. Dominic's working a counter offense. He's able to get his two right to transition to.
There's going to be some back points here. Tilted, but that shoulder blade is up. He's bridging on his neck.
Pottstown able to defend it off and looking to get a restart here on the edge of the mat.
So what's the criteria for when they're out of bounds, so to speak?
Well, that's changed over the number of years. I mean, both any point on a wrestler, both wrestlers being out, they'll usually call it.
Okay. So if the feet are in, you could still be declared out. If both elbows of both wrestlers are out.
Like a hip, a knee, or an elbow, yeah.
Okay. We're at 152 pounds. We only have one more weight class after this, 160, and that could be an interesting one.
Good movement. Good movement from Potts there on the bottom. Again, just trying to do anything they can to get space to get out. Sithens keeping the pressure. When you're on top, you always want to keep that pressure moving from behind, moving forward so they can't move. Obviously, you don't want to get up top so they can create space to get out.
Now, how important is that wrist control that Sithens has right now?
Anytime you can control a point, very, very helpful, so he can't use it to base up and create space to get out.
Oh, boy, he was trying to get a cradle, but Smith with a revert. No?
Too near fall for Pottsgrove. Pottstown close to position to get a reversal, but Dominic was able to grab that leg to keep him in control.
7-0 after one period. And they do award 1 point. Green sweatband on the referee's right wrist is a point for the home team. When he raises the left wrist having a red band, it's a point, it's a score for the away team. So it's 7-1 is the individual score. Period number 2. Here was Steve Ansbach. I'm Bernie Gallagher. We're there, our producer, managing director Gus Tellis on the PCTV network, powered by Tellis Vision. This match, along with future matches in basketball, coming into your living room.
Pottstown trying to work a cradle
he's going
here.
for the pin. He's got near fall point. Those shoulder blades are tilted. He needs to get both of them down.
Dominic was able to counter that and get into a front headlock.
And he gets the pin. Sithens at 152 puts the big points on the board. Pottsgrove showing that killer instinct. Final weight class is 160. On paper, we have Brandon Rivera from Pottsgrove. Devin Green of Pottstown. That is Brandon Rivera.
That is correct.
Rivera comes in the lineup for Pottsgrove at 160. Green, very talented junior football player. 7 wins on the season. Green and blue would be the favorite in this match. Quick takedown by Green.
As we're looking around, seeing both coaches, Nick Wade has done a great job with his coaching staff. Tom Daniels, John Armato, brought Nate Parsons, one of a former wrestler from Pottstown's on staff. And looking at Pottsgrove and our staff, got Derek Alata from O&J.
Oh, my goodness.
Avery Shivak, who was a former wrestler at
Yep.
Pottsgrove, he's on the
Yep.
staff. And then Brandon McKinley, who was also a wrestler at Downingtown. They're new to us this year, and fortunate to
Alata
have
made
them.
some noise in states for O&J Roberts. Was he a state champion?
Not a state champion, but a medalist.
Medal.
Yeah,
okay.
he medaled. There's some outstanding matches in his career, and And again, fortunate to have him doing a great job teaching technique in the room with our kids, and
okay,
it's a big
wow.
benefit there. Here's Pottstown working
Oh boy,
the pin.
Green gets the pin at 160. Devin Green gets his 8th victory of the year. But nonetheless, Pottsgrove with an impressive performance. 42-21 is the final. Don't go away. Steve and I will be back to wrap it up.
This is the Mustang mentality. Grow.
Learn.
Succeed.
I am a Montco Mustang.
Yakalak Construction, serving the Tri-County area since 1946. Family owned, free estimates, all types of concrete work, sidewalks, foundations, steps, curbs, and more. Professional service and quality. Give them a call, 610-323-8134.
There once was a haunted house. People said they had heard voices, but no one dared to go inside.
There's a place for wood in your backyard. We recommend the Fire Pit. For looks and performance that outlast a wooden deck, make sure your next deck is built with Trex, engineering what's next in outdoor living.
Your Trex expert is A.D. Moyer Lumber. admoyer.com.
At O'Donnell, Weiss & Mattei, our team approach makes all the difference.
Anyone entering a nursing home really should consult with an elder law attorney to see whether Medicaid is the appropriate option for them. It's really important to make sure that you have someone that's familiar with those rules, that works with those rules on a daily basis, that can guide you through the process. I specialize in elder law because I enjoy the clients that I work with, and I really like helping them find solutions for their problems.
OWM Law.
Your life, your business, your law firm.
At Superior Credit Union, we believe in growing stronger together. So we provide products and services to fit your financial needs and accommodate your busy lifestyle. With convenient services like home banking, e-deposits, account alerts, and a free coin counter for members. Come see why Superior Credit Union is growing. Visit any one of our 3 locations in Collegeville, Royersford, and our brand new location in Pottstown. Superior Credit Union.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Our post-match wrap-up. I'm here with our color commentator, former wrestling coach Steve Ansbach, Gus Tellison, the crew, Bernie Gallagher, you play-by-play. First, the final score, 42-21. Pottsgrove defeats Pottstown in the border battle in Frontier Division Wrestling in the Pioneer Athletic Conference. First, a little bit about Pottstown. Coach Nick Wade, they come with attitude, and we got a couple bright spots on the Trojan side.
Did come with attitude, and you can tell that these guys are working hard. They're being coached up. Typical border battle here tonight, where we've seen a lot of excitement, a couple matches that went quick, but then also a couple matches that went 3 2-minute periods.
And especially Green and Rhodes.
Devin Green ended the night with a quick pin, got a quick takedown, quick transition to a quick fall here tonight to end the match. And Phoenix Rhodes there with a great match.
Heart-thumping. We had some matches literally come down to the last 2 seconds of the night. On the Pottsgrove side of the ledger, Coach Jeff Madden does a tremendous job. I'm going to call it Murderer's Row. You could pick any name out of that lineup. Tremendous performance by the meat of their lineup.
Yeah, when they got in the 126, 132, 180, 138 with Caffrey, Gillen, and Allen, that's tough. And I'm just going to speak on Nate Gillen. Nate Gillen wrestled Malachi Jones in a fantastic match that ended really with the last 15, 20 seconds on the clock with with Gillen going ahead there with a takedown at the end.
And the final note, these wrestlers could meet again in the upcoming individual championship.
January 22nd, Pioneer Athletic Conference Individual Championships at Pottsgrove, where we'll see all 12 schools within our conference battle it out to see who's the individual champions within those weight classes.
So that'll wrap it up. Lots more of exciting wrestling and basketball coming your way on the PCTV network. For Steve Osbach, I'm Bernie Gallagher. Gus Tellis, our entire crew. Thanks for watching. That's a wrap. We are out. Good job, man. You did good.